People who work in human resources, what is the weirdest crap you have seen? I heard about him through the grapevine. He was fired from his last job for beating it in the break room. Somehow, he was hired by my company, God knows why, because I haven't heard a single good thing about it from anyone ever. His job was to sweep the floor of our factory. That's not backbreaking work. It's pretty much endless, but you can take it slow and have time to chit-chat with other employees and roam around. We have retired and disabled people who do that job and they are fine with it. In the first 3 weeks, he was there, I got so many write-up, extended break time, job not done after multiple requests, smoking on the job and not in a designated area, constantly on his phone, complaints, offensive joke, body odor, occupational safety and health violation, not wearing personal protective equipment. About him, it was hard to keep track. So I did what I always do. Fast-track his termination and send it to the head of HR. I hear nothing about it until a few weeks later, I start receiving complaints about him again. I go see the head of HR, asking if those were just delayed paperwork because in my mind he was fired weeks ago. Turns out, he was never fired. He was the nephew of the head of HR. She transferred him to another department. She took every complaint about him directly, except one that got to me. He was now a security guard, but not like you see at a music festival. He was a button operator. He operated the button to let the people in the factory and kept track of everybody that entered or left the site. He was under training with the sweetest old lady there is. Everybody, even the CEO, calls her grandma because she was just so sweet. I encounter grandma on break one day and she looked disturbed. It was not her usual break time, so I ask her what she was doing in the break room alone so early. She tells me it's new hire. Personal time. I ask her what she means. She tell me, well, you know, I made lots of complaint about it, haven't you read them? I say, no, none of them got to me. She looks disturbed and almost like crying. She then tells me, since he was transferred to her, he noticed there was a computer at his post, to log ins and outs. Bear in mind, this computer does not connect to the internet. Well, the second day, while grandma was gone to the bathroom, he started beating it, with adult films he brought from home on a flash drive. She caught him and he acted like it was no big deal. In the weeks that followed, he continued to beat it on the job to the point where he would not even stop when grandma caught him. He told her, I don't give a F if you watch, but if you don't want to see it just leave. So she made a schedule, where every 2 hours she would leave for 15 minutes for him to do his business. I was pissed and went straight to the head of HR with it. I told her that grandma had gotten a lawyer and was threatening to sue the company. I knew it was false, but that's the only thing that could make things move. The matter was transferred to the legal department and he was fired that very morning. The head of HR still argued that without proof, we could not fire him. The meeting ended with her storming out and saying, fine, do whatever you want. She quit a few months after that.